Hi, my name is Gavin. I'm a personal development coach, and I went from this to this to this. So in this video, I want to share a few principles on how to get in shape when you get over 40. And then at the end, I'm going to put in layman's terms how I stay in shape. You know, like when you get over 30, 35, your testosterone started to drop. You're feeling unmotivated. You're probably seeing a lot of fat accumulating a lot of places. You haven't looked at a dumbbell for like a decade, and it's extremely hard to get going in your training. Maybe, like most people, you get like a gym membership every single January and you go hard for a few weeks, and then by March your love handles are still there and you just throw in the towel. I've been there, like 100%. I've felt that feeling of quitting. Not so long ago, I was like too embarrassed to take off my t-shirt in peak summer. Like, I was so weedy. I had such like a skinny physique. I didn't want to take my top off. Like, I was embarrassed. I felt, I nearly said unmasculine. I felt feminine. Like, that's how bad I felt. I had no real like shape to my frame. I had no like size or muscle. It's not a nice place to be. Like, fair enough, you don't have to be like a Chippendale or like fucking Fabio, but no man should have to feel, you know, ashamed about his body, right? You know, you should never feel embarrassed about your body. You want to feel powerful and like confident. When you take your top off, you want your wife or girlfriend to get excited, shall we say. That, at least that was the desired effect for me. Anyone can achieve a decent body, like anyone, if you follow a few key principles which are important when you get over 40, which I'm about to share in a minute. Now, the first thing that you have to understand is that diet comes before anything else. Like, you cannot eat the same foods that you used to eat. You can't eat the same amount of calories that you used to eat. That's why you're fat. That's why you have a gut. That's why you have love handles. And, you know, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not trying to be a dick, but that's just a fact. You can't eat the same amount of calories. You don't need that many calories. Now, the same principle applies whether you are adding muscle or cutting fat. And that is, you have to know what you're putting in. If you have no idea how many calories you're eating or how much fat and protein and so on that you're consuming, you're just guessing. You have to have more precision, at least in the beginning. Otherwise, you're just pissing in the wind. You know, you should 100% be on a low carb diet. Okay, you need to cut out sugar, all of the sweet treats, you know, starchy foods, bread, you know, obviously cutting out junk food as much as possible. To be honest, I'm a human being. I like to keep one day a week where I'll have at least one cheat meal and then something sweet, you know, just to, you know, if I feel like I need it, I've got it there. Sorry to stop the video, guys, but if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'll put a link in the description. Now, I can't work with every single person that applies because I don't have a whole team to work with hundreds of people. It's just me. So because of that, space and my time is very limited. So I'm only going to take like 10 clients a month for a 3-month commitment. I'll put that link in the description. Just click, book a call if you're interested. Okay, so moving on, the next thing is obviously exercise. Now, exercise is obviously very important, right? People think that to get in shape, you have to spend hours and hours every single week of doing cardio, and even more hours of doing training. You have to basically fucking live in the gym. That's what most people think, but that is absolute nonsense. Now, I got down to the shape in that last picture. This picture I'll put up again. Training like 3.5 hours per week, like maybe 4 hours. And I didn't run a single mile, not 1 mile. It sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not, I promise you. I had only 3 training days a week. You can literally see your abs again just by eating less calories and walking. Isn't that crazy? Like, I would never have thought that in a million years. There's no like running for long hours on a treadmill wearing a fucking sweatsuit. Now the last part to my big three is rest and or sleep. Now obviously the training program that I followed was only 3 days, so that left plenty of rest already in between and plenty of time for my body to recover. But sleep is equally as important. You should aim for like 7 to 9 hours every single night. Just go to bed a little bit earlier. It's going to make all the difference. Also, when you're building muscle and cutting fat, you're eating cleaner and you're sleeping better, your testosterone is going to skyrocket. It won't be long until you're feeling like a completely fucking new man. Probably like 15 years younger. And to be honest, I stay in shape by just being consistent. I've counted my calories so much that if I skip a day, it doesn't hurt me because I eat pretty much the same shit all the time. I have the same breakfast every single day. And that gives me a sort of certain amount of calories to play with for dinner. And I know if I go over that, I don't need to worry about that. And I never skip a training day. I never ever skip a day. And that's really all there is to it. You know, I make sure that I hit 10,000 steps every single day. I stay consistent with my diet and I count calories still sometimes, though I don't really need to. And I never miss a day in the gym. That's it. Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.